Just thought we could have a little chat.
Oh, all right then. Make it quick.
You're not going to believe this, but I have to tell you anyway. There's a cult at work in the city, and if we don't stop them, they're going to destroy the city at the very least, and probably a lot more beside. Frankly, I don't know who else to turn to, and I thought I might be able to get you on my side.
You're right.
That I can get you on my side?
Nah, that I'm not going to believe it. I'm sorry, Lewton. Coming back from the grave is one thing. I mean, we all know that it happens all the time, don't we? But cults plotting to destroy the city. Nah, sorry. You're just pulling my leg. We'd know about it.
And now you do. I've just told you.
Really? Got any evidence?
What if I told you that I was working on a case that could make us both rich? What if I told you I had a lead on a golden sword of untold value? What would you say to me?
I'd say you're having me on. Come on, Lewton. What do you take me for? Still, untold value, eh? Is that a lot? I mean, my vest has got untold value, too.
Interested?
Nah, it's got to be a wind-up. Golden swords. You must think I was born yesterday.
Oh, you were born, were you? I always thought you were hatched out by the sun, Nobby. Have you ever heard of dead men's pointy boots?
No. What is it?
Something they mentioned at the university. It's possible that murder was something to do with internal politics. It used to be that the one legal way to get ahead as a wizard was to kill a more senior wizard.
Really?
I seriously doubt it.
I wouldn't suggest that of the Merchants Guild.
Why not?
They're a bit touchy about that sort of thing at the guilds. No one likes an ambitious person.
That's why you've got so many friends, Nobby. Since I'm no longer a suspect, would you like to tell me something about the counterweight killings?
Sorry, Lewton, still can't discuss it.
Any leads on Malachite's murder?
We're baffled.
Yes, Nobby, but you're baffled by the way it gets dark every evening.
Ha ha, Lewton. Very funny.
I found out about that Clark cipher. He was drowned in a vat of wine.
If you say so. Lucky for some, eh?
I found out about the murder at the university.
Really?
His name was Matham, and they found him poisoned in the Widdershin's wing. Tell Vimes.
Mr. Vimes?
Believe it or not, I want to get to the bottom of this case as much as he does.
I don't think anyone could want to get to the bottom of a case more than Mr. Vimes.
These are interesting times. I found out about the dead merchant. His name was Gaiman, and he was strangled.
How did you find that out?
I was told by the Tooth Fairy.
Really? Clever of you to track her down.
Anybody ever told you you're credulous, Nobby?
All right, I know. But I've got some special ointment for it.
I guess I'll see you around, Nobby. I'll try to avoid it, though. Let's face it, Nobby was no oil painting. Unless someone did it with their foot. I traced the sign of the eel across the marks, exactly as I'd learned how to do in the Libraris Apocrypha. There was a faint click, and the next thing I knew, there was a passageway under the stage. The passageway led into a dark and ominous vault. The whole sepulchral temple seemed to be formed from curves and angles that would give geometry teachers nightmares. The centerpiece to this disturbing chamber was a stone altar, engraved with a map of the Circle Sea. It looked centuries old, the kind of altar that could tell a few tales if it could talk. I was glad it couldn't. The map of the Circle Sea seemed to be the only interesting feature of the altar. It seemed like a good plan at the time. I'd transform into a wolf and see what my senses told me. But when the dark magenta scent engulfed me, I was struck with a wave of sheer terror, and I ran howling from the temple. It was embarrassing having to sneak back down again, naked, to collect my clothes, and I decided not to try that again in a hurry. Oh no, I wasn't going to try that again. I had a suspicion that the altar had something to do with Nylon Atherton. I suspected the sepulchral temple was dedicated to the laddering horror. I had a suspicion there was a connection between the names on the list and the stone altar. Using the map, I worked out where each of the 8 great tragedies had taken place. They made an octagram around the edge, just like the counterweight killings did in Ankh-Morpork. I could match each of the tragedies to one of the murders, and the positions corresponded precisely. I knew that someone was going to get dragged to death from the Wizard's Pleasance, and that some unlucky fellow was going to get eaten in Dagon Street.